but he can do a lot of different things to hurt you as a defense.
Welcome to the big time, young man. And they're going to let him pass on the first play, and he just has to work his way back to the line. Second and 9. Quickly they get it to Coleman, and Coleman is met right away. So an active Louisville defense.
Well, you're seeing the way they're trying.
3rd and 7. Pressure on Glenn, and he's taken down. And absolute
wanting to dial up pressure, see if you can light him up. And there's the corner pressure coming from the boundary. He uses his speed. That's a big hit, and it'll be interesting as a resource to have on the sideline. Imagine being a true freshman quarterback. You get to go talk to the school's statistically greatest quarterbacks ever.
Here's Coleman. Coleman trying to reverse field, and Benson out in front blocking for him. As Coleman finally, the pursuit finds him after a gain of turn. The fumble on the scramble. They know that was there for the taking. Brock Glenn. Sprint right, looking for an option. Traffic coming in, as is the boundary, as he just...
of Brock Glenn. As he's getting out to the right, nobody's open. You can't just run out of bounds and take a big loss. At this point right here, just chuck it way over Keon Coleman's head and save.
For the guy who has 11 sacks coming off the edge, Ashton Gelati. 3rd and 13. Glenn gets it out quickly to Coleman. Coleman trying to slither his way for anything. 3rd and 8. Glenn with time drives the ball over the middle into the ground. Well, Brock Glenn did get playing time a few weeks ago against North Alabama. Completed 2 or 3 passes for 35 yards. Did have an 11-yard rushing touchdown in the 4th quarter. That was his first score of his career.
And that's important, Joe, because he has that ability on the zone read runs. And we were asking.
Here they go with the screen game as he's able to get it to Johnny Wilson. Johnny Wilson, the 3rd down and 7. Brock Glenn with time, and there's the flag as he was looking for.
So afraid he's going to run down the field and try to high point the football. You see the release, there's some tugging, there's some pulling. You know, it looked like a bit of a...
And now some tempo. And Glenn's going to pass. And the freshman extending the play, pumping, tucking, running. And you talk about not wanting to take...
They need him in this game, and I understand he wants to make every play, but that's a big shot here in the 2nd quarter for the true freshman quarterback. He can't take too many more of those.
Glenn. He's going to run straight ahead. This time he does. Play action. Glenn was chased down from behind by
Louisville. Everybody is covered one-on-one, and they're trying to pull this guy to get this rush off the edge, and it's just too slow. It's too slow developing to deal with the speed by Louisville. That time, Stephen Herron, who missed their game last week against Kentucky to Stanford, transferred.
2nd and 10. 4-man rush against the freshman. Glenn with traffic right in his face, and he threw it into all of it. These defenses are playing in the limitations with the quarterbacks. Oh, he snapped it right into him as he was walking to the line. And think about
Brock Glenn early in this game. He's done some good things. He's also shown his inexperience. Early in the game here, there's nothing open downfield. You got to throw this one away, not run out of bounds. Protection hasn't always been great. Wasn't able to step up on that 3rd down play. And then we saw the communication there that Katie was just talking about with center Maurice Smith. Mike Norvell just looking at that play card, and he's trying to think, what concepts does my young quarterback feel comfortable with?
he's going to run the ball here. Quarterback run, and he slides and just... Play action off of this. Takes a shot and gets it. Oh, that should have been caught from Coleman. Can't secure it.
Man, they faked the quarterback run. That froze everybody in the secondary for Louisville. And Keon Coleman, with his frame and his body control, he's got to make that catch. Brock Glenn paid for it, too. Big shot off the edge of it to an even front.
Glenn on 3rd and 6. Gives it to the outside, and it's caught by Wilson. And John...
Fantastic job by Glenn, seeing the the matchup he wants. 6'7" with long arms. Really good coverage by Florida State.
Coleman over to the slot on the near side as the number 2 receiver there. Glenn going to take a shot downfield. Wants all of it and nearly got it from Coleman. It's a great field position from the 38 of Louisville after the bad punt. Glenn trying to set up the screen to Benson. Blockers in front, and here goes Trey. And it's a first down for Florida State.
And then you're sneaking Lyman out this way, getting him in behind. There's going to be the pump fake left, trying to get the fast flow from Louisville, and then throw the screen back. High percentage. Zero blitz look here.
Glenn looks right. And then he is taken down back at the 29-yard line.
And they're just trying to dictate to Brock Glenn at this point, forcing him to know where his answers are in the hots and sight game, and it's been difficult so far.
TJ Quinn, the starting, the true freshman, 3rd and 12. Glenn. Oh, and he nearly takes the sack before throwing it away. As Clark was trying to get to him.
Well, that time it wasn't a blitz. They showed it, but they were running a bunch of stunts up front. And it was Jeff Clark that was it
for Florida State. Brock Glenn pitches it out to Coleman. Coleman takes an in-cut and gets 9 yards on the play.
This little backyard ball by Brock out like a triple option. Fake the handoff to Benson, get to the outside. Safety's taking it away. He makes the right decision, getting it to Coleman. That's a
passes. He was 7 of 13 in the first half. Glenn extending the play. Could be a holding as he runs the ball and runs it well at past midfield before he slides down, but most likely will
right here in the middle. You'll just see him just kind of grab him with his right arm right there in the jersey, and that's just too easy.
A lot of chatter elsewhere in college football tonight. 2nd and 11. Try to set up the screen. Does so with Benson, who stiff arms his way for.
There's a blitz look again.
3rd down and 9. Glenn to the outside. Wilson cannot hold on to it.
Going to Johnny Wilson. Louisville changed up its coverage pattern. That time Storm Duck was out there one-on-one. He did a great job against the 6'7" target.
Supporting them, and they'll tell you they're not just doing this for him, they're doing it with him, guys.
That's a good point. And that's a big difference. That ball was deflected, nearly intercepted by
easy throws here. He's got Johnny Wilson in the flat. He's got to give it to him now, and now, or now. He takes his eyes off of it, forces it over the middle of the field. Very lucky this wasn't intercepted. I mean, that could almost have been.
4-man rush against Glenn. That ball should have been intercepted.
Gift from Brock Glenn. Good pressure coming off the edge. I think that affected the throw a little bit. He was trying to go back shoulder to his tight end. Quarterback, that's got to count for something.
Glenn on the sprint right, but he puts it into the ground in front to be determined in just a 1-possession game and a 3rd down and 5. Brock Glenn back to pass. A-gap pressure. They pick it up over the middle and incomplete. Morlock had his paws on it, but couldn't. Here's Glenn. And they sack him again. 4th time tonight that Louisville
will loop around everyone. Everyone's covered here. This is the winner. Stunts and games, showing one look, bailing out to another.
The young Brock Glenn. Can he convert? Tried to go and connect with Coleman, but it's and Alabama looking as good as you can look, with Bama having the best win of all. Brock Glenn takes it ahead for a 1.5 yards. Glenn looks left, looks right, comes back.